or rather you just worry about how do you assemble a battery pack, right? Like look at one field at a time. However, as a product company, and going back to the example of Apple versus Foxconn, we realized that manufacturing it's very critical, it's very important, but that's only a part of the value capture. The 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 cycle is pretty long, right? It starts from IP generation as the first step, then product design, then marketing, branding, manufacturing, sales, distribution, everything. And some of the biggest companies that we know worldwide are obviously consumer-facing companies. They have a very strong connect, and people love those brands. So that was something which was very important to us. Is still very important to us to build a strong consumer-facing brand. So we kept that as the most important thing. Build a strong consumer-facing brand, which means in our case, control end-to-end, right from design and conceptualization to designing, building, manufacturing it, taking the product out to the market, distribution, after sales, everything. Looks like a tall order, but we've been at it for almost 2.5, 3 years now, and there's still a couple of months before we actually start sales. So that's what we're behind. Uh, in IP, obviously, it goes without saying there's a lot of intellectual property in the field that we are in. It's a pretty nascent field, and the good thing is, actually, it's also an important thing for us to do. It's a necessity to work on IP because automotive otherwise is a very brutal field. You can't we can't really compete on logistics, distribution network, supply chain, cost, post-service, or any of those things. So the only thing that we can really compete on, the only thing we have as a leverage is focusing on technologies that other auto companies are not focusing on. So that's the insistence on not doing something like a hybrid, going straight to electric vehicles, and really becoming good at the software, the electronics, and other pieces of it, apart from the mechanical requirements. So as we speak, we have filed around 15 patents. There are another 30 patents in the pipeline. I think by this year end, we'll probably have a portfolio of 40, 45 patents, lot of other design registrations. So IP is a very strong focus area for us. And I think it'll continue to be over the next few years. It's a very new industry, and there's a lot of potential to generate very valuable IP in this country. So that's what we are going after.
Thanks, Tarun. And one of the things Tarun has done extremely well, as it was iterated in yesterday's a couple of talks, is, he's very young and the team is very young, but he has really able to get experienced folks all around the world joining him. So he has brought in some senior talent and, using their experience to build products with right reliability and quality. So that's something which I believe, has been done very well by Eighth Energy. So with this, the only person, I joked to Vivek that I don't need to look at a paper for biodata is Vivek. I know Vivek from 1990. We joined and we were working under Mahan Shetty, who is sitting there and quietly watching how his students are doing in the stage. Vivek has been instrumental in creating many world-class products in TI. Under his leadership, several products were created which won the EDN's Worldwide Award, including the project Sangam, which was the first DSL project which included all the components in one single chip. And from then, he moved on to create one of the largest services industry in semiconductor called Sankalp Semiconductors. So we wanted to get his view on what he thinks, how IP is going to help the large established services industry of India. With this, Vivek.
So 25 years of experience, Gani decided to put me in a trouble. He put me after the two most exciting and dynamic entrepreneurs were sitting on the extreme side. So they've done amazing thing for India. So I would say, let's clap was not good enough. Let's give a standing ovation and give a good clap to them. It's not easy to make these products and give up their job, cushy jobs, and work hard and try to get something world-class from India. Okay, so it's amazing. So, and with that, I finish my discussion. Okay. So let me kind of, because the panel is very staid, let me make it slightly controversial. So the discussion becomes easier. So we talk about services company, and I would say IP company, product company, manufacturing company. I say there are only 3 companies. Okay, only 3 companies in the world, not 5, 6, 7, 8. One is product company, who design a product, manufacture it internally or externally, and stamp it and give it to the customer. That's a product company, end-to-end cycle. Okay, that's a product company. That's the only product company you can call. Somebody who designs somebody else and manufactures is not a product company. Okay, so that's one. That's a service company. Second company in the world are service companies, who either have the IP, very strong IP, and sell that, or who have a business model and sell that. But services companies are one who basically are in between. If they are not product company, and if they are not the third type of company, they are services company. And I'll give you an example also. And the third kind of companies are body shopping companies, okay, who don't need IP. They just pick up people from the road, give it to the companies, and work on it. So the reason I'm making a distinction is that a lot of times people feel services companies are like body shopping companies. No. Body shopping companies are separate, service companies are separate. So service companies need IP. Now the question is, what kind of IP? And without IP, no company can become world class. No, I will forget about world class. Nobody can company on national class. They will be actually kind of gully level companies. I think we need to make sure that we are world class. Then IP is very, very important. Now IP can be in different categories. So Gani has told me to talk about only one IP, which I'll talk about the IoT building and how to kind of grow the ecosystem. But there are other IPs. What I want young services companies to understand, which you cannot give up. What is IP first of all? Something that you have, process, technology, methodology, anything that gives you advantage over your competition at customer place, by which customer major pain points may it be quality, timeline, cost are taken care of. And then if three are taken care of, then performance becomes the fourth one differentiator. But if you give a great performance but any of the three are compromised, you as a service company are history, because customer will tell to somebody else and you'll lose the business. So Sankalp started with the idea was basically to be a world-class service company, so that analog mixed signal, there was no mixed signal company in India at that time. Very small were there. So we said that can we create a world-class mixed signal services company, so that world should sit up and notice and say, hey, India can also do high-tech services, not just low-tech services. I think that was the goal. But it all looks hollow, right, when you start that. So what we started was basically, we started analog layout, which is supposed to be a very looked down upon by many people. And I believe there's a tremendous capability in that if you have IP in that also. So we created IPs. IP can be in terms of kind of people you get. Can you recruit the best people in the world? Can you get the people who are doing the products in multinational companies and come to work with you for half the salary? That's IP. Can you get work done from a tier 2 city and make sure that your cost, your retention, your ownership, everything is so low and you can deliver and scale to the unprecedented level? That could be IP. Can you actually kind of go to customer and say, hey, this is what I have, and customer says, your price is going to double to me, but I'll give it to you, condition this, and they give business to you. That's IP. So those IPs separate. I think those are very important. If you don't have those IPs, even if you have any block IP, you will fail because somebody else will copy down the line. But the other IPs which are there, very difficult for companies to copy, and companies with scale like Infosys, Wipro, have a process IP and process so that they can scale and they can make a difference. So you cannot just have a block IP or a algorithm IP and expect that whole life you'll be actually surviving. Then you have to continuously reinvent that IP, better and better and better, keep investing and go forward. So how did you invest? So first 18 months we said we'll not do anything in the design. I had one of the world's best designers joining me from Texas Instruments to start this company. And they were very clear. First 18 months, only analog layout will be done because customer is only asking for analog layout. Analog design, they say, do you have a chip? Do you have a silicon results? Do you have a platform? Show me that. And after that also they'll not give you. So we said, let's invest on the analog layout and become world class in that. And then we start with IO. We started after 18 months when we got all the customers saying, hey, we want people from you. We had shortage of people for close to 2 years. No people, 25, 30 requirement, we didn't have people. And we said, we'll not give anybody unless they are trained with Sankalp brand, and without training, we'll not give it. 2 years, 2.5 years later, we started the first analog block design with the person who was analog designer, was doing only kind of layout kind of for the customers. That also we started with a friendly company who will not create problem for us, will not badmouth us outside, and who will actually understand us. That was basically Gani's company. So first analog block we did for Gani. With a guy who was basically doing layout for 2-3 years, because waiting. Then we did first analog block, and then after 4 years, we got first analog design for A to D converter. So it's a very long title. We had invested for 20 people, analog design. So what did you do? The 20 people, how did they not go out of the company? That's the IP, I would say. Retaining 20 people with analog expertise, analog design expertise, with no customer commitment, no customer block, is not easy. And that's what we did. We are great leaders. So what we did during that time, we kept talking to customer. One customer said, okay, you want to do PLL? Do you have fractional PLL? We said, no, but we can learn that into that. He said, go away. We don't want to talk to you. So next 1 year later, the same customer, we went again. Hey, do you have fractional PLL? We told him we have more than fractional PLL now. And we had model done, we had design done, we had actually layout done. Only thing was remaining was silicon. But then, if silicon is not a customer, doesn't give the work, right? So we had actually kind of modeled the whole layout, resistance, capacitance, parasitics into the simulation model. We had a simulation platform created, and we showed to the customer that something which cannot be even tested in silicon, this model can prove you that the matching of the resistance, mismatch of the resistance can create this kind of a jitter, which you cannot get in silicon also. And they were zapped, and they gave us kind of a 8 PLL order. Our 10 people were busy for close to 6 months doing their PLLs. I think that's what I would say. IP is not just basically what you do. How you do is important, what you show is important, and what you invest is important. I have many stories to tell, but Gani has told me time is less, so I'm cutting down. I have 10, 15 stories to tell, but hopefully we'll get time next time. Thank you.
Still, you was twice the time. So it makes a lot of difference when technologists like Vivek and Mahant go and do a services company, because first they always think weird. So they moved from Bangalore, they started building in Manipal and Hubli, and the company is not always based on cost arbitrage. It is based on specific skills they want to build and how to scale the company around that skill set. So I think, I really believe that when a technologist lead a services industry, it kind of brings a different dimension to the services industry. And India is a very large services industry, and hopefully many more technologists would take that specific path. So with this, I open it up to audience. Please go and ask as many questions as possible, and maybe let's start with, yeah. Satya.
Quite an impressive panel, Gani, and thanks everybody. One of the theme of this particular panel is the IoT. I would be very curious to get the the perspective of the panel in terms of, you've done IP in electric scooters or electric vehicles, drones, SEL being a leader in process and all of that. But in IoT, what's different and what's some things are the same, but some things are also very different. So if you can call that perspective out in terms of IP, if I were to start to design, or build a business model on IPs in IoT, what would that be, and what are some things that are same and what are some things that are different?